Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new live. We're just going to hop straight into it. So, I had a coaching call with somebody earlier this week, and one of the big questions that they came to me with was, should you buy products based off of your hair type? Is hair type the end all be all when it comes to what products you should get and what you should be looking for? So I said that, you know what, we'll start this live by answering that question. And to answer this question, first, we really need to understand why hair types are important and where their limits are. So you got four hair types: straight hair, wavy hair, curly hair, and coily hair. These are the four main hair types. And the way that I like to think about it is, think of hair types like different pets, right? So some people, they have cats. Some people have dogs. Some people have fish. But the one thing that we can agree on is you don't take care of these pets the same way, right? When it comes to a dog, you're not going to get a dog an aquarium. And the same way, you're not going to take your fish out for a walk because then you wouldn't have a fish anymore. So you need to take care of those pets differently. Same thing applies for hair types. An example that I like to give is that when it comes to straight hair, you'll notice that a lot of people, they'll focus on trying to get rid of grease. They have a problem with their hair becoming very greasy, very oily, so they wash their hair a lot. That's one of the main distinctions when it comes to straight hair versus curly and coily hair. We really have a focus on moisture. We have a problem with retaining the moisture in our hair. So washing our hair very frequently is not going to help with that. So that is the limits when it comes to hair type. One thing is, it gives you an idea of how you're supposed to take care of your hair in comparison to the other hair types. So straight hair, you're going to take care of it differently than coily hair. The next thing is, it gives you an idea of how your hair is going to look. Curly hair, when it's styled, is not going to look like coily hair when it's styled because your hair has a different type of texture. Now, when it comes to hair types, as in like the subtypes, 4A, 4B, 4C, does that determine how or what products you get for your hair? I like to relate those subtypes to different breeds. So we talked about the different pets. You got different types of dogs. You got dogs, you got dogs, you got cats, you got fish. When it comes to the subtypes like 4A, B, and C, those are just different breeds, but they're all dogs. So to answer that question of should you be buying your products based off of hair type, well, it really only gets limited to whether you're type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. And that's only because of the focuses and the specific problems that your hair will have. Now, when it comes to A, B, and C, it just looks different. That's really all it is. The tightness of your curl pattern, it's either looser or it's more tight, right? Pause. When it comes to choosing products for your hair type, or for your hair, you really want to focus on hair porosity. So, hair porosity refers to your hair's ability to absorb and maintain moisture. It's typically separated into low, medium, and high. Low porosity means that it's harder for your hair to absorb moisture, but it's harder for it to lose it as well. High porosity means that it's easier for your hair to absorb moisture, but it's also easy for it to lose it as well. You want to focus on hair porosity when it comes to your products because that's really what you're going to center your entire hair routine around. So, this was just a quick breakdown. If you're interested in having those personal, private, one-on-one sessions with me, I would advise you to take a look at the description. If you want hair like this, like you want me to help you out with your hair, you want me to help build you a specific hair routine customized for you, for your budget, for your hair's needs, for your hair porosity, then you can book that call with me. But with that out of the way, that little lesson, let me know what you guys think about that. I think I'll start these lives with a specific lesson that I have with people, whether it's in my coaching calls or a question that comes my way. And now let's get into actually answering some of the questions from the chat. So, welcome, guys. I know I didn't get to say hi to you all. Just getting that out the way. What's good, my brother? How are you? Before I start getting really into these questions, I need to fix something with Instagram really quickly. Just give me 1 second. Just need to fix something with Instagram because we want to get live on Instagram as well. Let's copy that. We're enable the stream to this disk. Try this. Can I try this? Can I stop this? Can I stop it and restart it? This will terminate streaming to. Oh. Well, this is interesting. Well, I guess we will not be on I guess we will not be on Instagram today. Can I pause it to put this back on here? Someone asked me for what's my skin routine. Well, my skin routine is very simple. I will just wash my face. It kind of depends on which cleanser I'm. Different companies will send me products. So, but if I was to tell you my ideal skincare routine would probably consist of CeraVe, the salicylic acid facial cleanser. That's one of my favorite facial cleansers. Then, if I was going to go over a liquid exfoliant, that would be Paula's Choice BHA. That's what I would use there. When it comes to a toner, I don't use the toner as much. But as for a moisturizer, I'll probably use this another thing from CeraVe, the moisturizing lotion. And for sunscreen, I like to use Black Girl sunscreen for my sunscreen. SPF 30 and above. That's my ideal. That's my ideal skincare routine. And right now I'm just using cleanser, moisturizer, then sunscreen. What do I do if my parents don't allow me to get protective styles? I actually have a video on this. I'll go over it very quickly. The reason protective styles are so important is that it helps to limit manipulation to your hair. It tucks away the ends of your hair. And it also is not too much tension on your scalp. So if you're not going to do protective styles, then you need to find some way to do all of those things, or at least majority of those things. I'll typically advise people do a style that is like curly hair routines. Are curly hair routines a protective style? No. You shouldn't be doing them more than once a week. Definitely that is for sure. You don't want to put so much stress on your hair. However, I realize that when you do a curly hair routine, you don't have to do as much hair or as much maintenance to your hair throughout the week as you would if you had your afro. So if your afro was out, you probably have to be doing a lot more to your hair than if you had curls. So I would advise, if you cannot do protective styles, try out curly hair routines. They're kind of this middle ground where you don't have to do as much to your hair throughout the week, and you're also like, it just makes your life easier. Your hair looks better, and then you don't have to maintain it as much as if it was an afro. So you wouldn't have to pick it out. It's kind of easy to maintain. That's what I advise you to do. What's up, Derek? Been watching you since I first started my hair, Gene. Let's go. Let's go. We love supporters who've been here. So your tips have taken me a long way. Love your content, man. I really appreciate that, man. My whole thing without this with this content is to try and help some guys out. You know, I'm the youngest child. I always wish that I had a younger sibling that I could help out and teach the ways that I had to teach myself. So you guys are the next best thing. So as long as I can help you guys, I feel good about that. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm kind of not feeling like reading through all of these questions today, and I'm thinking we should get a little more up close and personal. So what I want to do here, can I watch this on YouTube in a separate tab? I can. Beautiful. Okay, join this live chat. Perfect. Nice. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to invite you guys up. So I'm going to send this in the chat for you. If you're watching on YouTube, did this send it? Yes, it did. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, can I pin this? Is there a way for me to pin this? Ah, perfect. All right, so I pinned it there. So there's a link there for you guys who would like to join on. We could kind of chat and talk about any hair problems that you might be experiencing face to face. So let's do that. My boy says, I have a problem with my back hair growth. It doesn't grow fast at all, and it looks scanty. That's very interesting. I've noticed that in my time with helping people and seeing what their hair routines typically look like, usually when it's a problem of hair not growing around the head, it's not usually that the hair isn't growing. It's usually a problem of breakage. This is my experience when I help guys out. This is the typical problem that we find. So either that you have more manipulation in that area, you're not actually taking care of that area as much as you can. And I would actually expect that, especially if your hair is a lot shorter. The hair in your back of your head is kind of hard to reach. So it's hard to take care of that. It's hard to manage that because you don't look at it all the time. I would also ask, are you sure that the back of your hair actually isn't growing And maybe it's just not shrink, like maybe it's shrinkage, or maybe it's you go to sleep and then your hair looks flat, and then like in comparison to everything else, you assume that it's shorter. So there's usually a few questions I have to go through when it comes to that. But it is possible for hair to grow around your head at a different rate. Like not every hair follicle is gonna grow at the same speed as the other ones. But I find it kind of rare to find a situation where someone's hair is really like behind the other, or maybe you started from a different haircut and it was actually trimmed by your barber. I need to know more. Give me more context so I could actually help me help you. All right, slow reverb says, "What's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to know. I am well, by the way. Are you still on minoxidil? If not, do you have a product that you use to maintain your beard?" This is a great question. I am glad you asked this, sir. Slow reverb. I do not use minoxidil. I have not used minoxidil in over 8 months. And by over 8 months, I mean like minoxidil hasn't touched my face. I have gone through certain times where I've applied it and I was just like, oh, you know what? Maybe I want to start minoxidil again. Maybe I want a little bit more hair in this area over here. But I have never been consistent with it. So I can only say that I was consistent with minoxidil for about 6 months. And then after 6 months, give or take another 6 months. Because minoxidil takes so much consistency for you to actually see results. So if you're doing it haphazardly, like if you're not really pouring in the effort and time into doing it, then you're not going to see results. But no, I have not touched minoxidil has not touched my face in so long. Only thing I do to my beard now is I use the same products that I use on my hair. So I'll use like a leave-in conditioner sometimes, and maybe I'll use an oil, but I don't like using oil on my face because it causes me to break out. What's good, Jay? How you doing? Yo, Unc. Yo, hold on now. I am 23. Have I really reached Unc status? Are we? Is that really the cutoff mark? Is that it? Once you hit your 20s, you're just Unc now. Is that how it is? Is that how y'all gonna do me? My boy Link. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing great, my brother. We are doing some answering some questions today. I was supposed to be live on Instagram too, but then my whole thing messed up. And I don't know if I want to start the live over again. So looks like we are sticking together for right now. So Instagram might have to lose out today. It's unfortunate. Tried to fix it. Tried to fix it. It would not let me. Older than me, so your uncle. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You know what Unc used to be back in my day? Back in my day, Unc used to be like at least 30s, bro. At least 30s. What is with this Unc inflation or Unc deflation, bro? That is crazy work. Crazy work. And you know it's even wilder than that. I don't even feel old, bro. I feel like a baby. I still feel the way that I did when I was like 18. But 30 is coming. 30 is coming. I turned 24. Dang, bro. Turned 24 this year. But you know what? We young. We young. We young in spirit and in truth. Amen. I wanted to ask though, what's your main go-to for a leave-in? I've been moving away from Mielle after they sold their company. I have low porosity 4B. My favorite leave-in conditioner. Okay. I'm in between two. Camille Rose is usually Camille Rose is usually my go-to, but Camille Rose can be kind of expensive. That's the moisture milk. A new favorite I've been finding is the Eco Slay rice pudding leave-in conditioner. I think that's pretty good. Do you think I should cut all my hair off or grow out my sides? It depends on how long your hair is. If your hair is long enough to the fact that it can cover the progress when it comes to the sides, grow out your sides because either way you're gonna have to go through the the awkward stage. You're gonna have to go through the awkward stage anyway. So grow out your sides, and then at least at that point, when your sides get long enough, here's the thing with sides: you just need to grow out your sides for 6 months, and then you kind of just time skip. You just time skip, and then your hair just doesn't look um like it won't look short. Like once you start braiding the short hair into the long hair, people won't even tell that you're growing out your sides. If you start all the way from zero, like your hair is noticeably shorter. I haven't had any haircuts apart from lineups for more than 6 to 7 months, but my back hair is not catching up. Should I restart? I wouldn't say restart. This is so confusing to me. I don't know. I don't know why your back hair. So you haven't gotten any haircuts, I don't know. You might need to describe your hair routine. Here, I put a link in the chat. It is pinned. Go and check that out. So where you could actually hop up on here and we could talk about this because I need to know. If not, then you could just trim your hair until to the back length. Bro said back in my day. Hey, hey, you young whippersnappers, you YNs today, bro, y'all just be wilding, okay? Yes, back in my day. You know about that. You know about that, young blood. Bro, they call me Unc and I'm 19. Bro, like, exactly. Like, where's this Unc thing? You know what? I kind of blame. When did I start seeing people say Unc? I think I started seeing it with T Banks. Or maybe it started before that. T Banks and then, who was that one dude? That Bernie dude. Bernie something. The guy who did the the strawberry mint snake oil thing. That dude. I hear a lot of people call him Unc. That's when Unc started to like start circulating in my vocabulary. But since then, not really. Only 20. It's interesting. So a lot of us are within the same range. Same range. All right, guys. I'm wondering. You guys, let me know. Wondering if I should start this over again so I can actually get the Instagram people in here. This would be a shorter live on YouTube, but I guess that's not too much of a big deal. It's not too much of a big deal, but I would like the opportunity to get them in here. Yeah. Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to. Yeah. I'm gonna stop the live, and I'm gonna let the Instagram people in here as well. Because I think the only way I can do it is by stopping it, so we can actually get more people in here than before. That would be the way to go. All right. So yeah, we're gonna stop this, and then we're gonna try it again. Wait. Let me answer this question first. I'm growing out my back, but I want to get twists. The hair in the back is long enough to braid, but not for twists. What should I do? It's not long enough for twists. Is it long enough for cornrows? If the back of your hair is long enough for cornrows, I would say do cornrows for now to get that back portion of your hair long enough to do the twist. I think I think I should do. Should I get Fulani braids for going back to school? I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan of Fulani braids. Um, not a huge fan of those, but you can do them. Like my main thing is, bro, do whatever hairstyle you want to do because people be balding anytime. Like 20% of men experience some form of balding by the age of 20. So I say do the most with your hair as you want to. Do what you want to do with your hair. Because it's your hair, use it while you have it. So guys, I'm going to fix this thing with Instagram. I will be right back.